do Snoopy, Bluey and the Paw Patrol gang all have in common? Well, besides the fact that they're all adorable cartoon dogs, all of these charismatic canines are taking center stage this year in the 98th annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. For those unfamiliar with the wholesome American holiday tradition, the parade takes place each year in Manhattan on Thanksgiving morning. Beginning at West 77th Street, giant character balloons, sponsored floats, and marching bands from across the country move 18 blocks down Central Park West to Columbus Circle, before heading east on 34th Street and coming to stop at Macy's flagship store in Herald Square. But let's back up a minute here. What's actually up with those enormous balloons anyway? Well, to get to that origin story, we first have to look back on the parade's beginnings. Back exactly 100 years, in fact, to 1924. Initially, the parade involved a very different type of animal. Animals that, I'd imagine, were far less buoyant. You see, at that very first parade, the animal participants were residents of the Central Park Zoo. But after 3 years and numerous reports of children being frightened by the marching bears, donkeys, elephants and camels, the living, breathing beasts were replaced by the ones made of rubber. In 1927, a towering Felix the Cat would make his debut and the very first balloon to take center stage at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Though it would take until the following year for the balloons to be filled with helium and not air. In the ensuing 97 years, scores of characters have taken to New York City's chilly fall skies in enormous floating form, from Muppets to Ronald McDonald, Paddington Bear to Pikachu and, of course, Mickey Mouse. But out of all the icons represented over the years, perhaps the most stalwart floating figure of all is everyone's favourite handsome beagle, Snoopy. Making his debut in 1968, Charlie Brown's beloved pal has now appeared over 40 times, more than any other character in the parade's history. Spanning 8 different balloon variations, he's been depicted as a pilot, an ice skater, an astronaut, a jester, and even with his buddy Woodstock along for the ride. And this year, it's no different, with Snoopy returning for his 43rd year, dressed in his finest Beagle Scout garb. And if you do happen to be here in New York on November 28th, remember that the parade starts at 9 a.m. sharp. And the best pedestrian viewing is between West 75th and West 61st. That is, of course, unless you score a sweet job as one of those balloon wranglers.